Hey everyone, welcome to another ranking. Welcome to Arnold, put that cookie down. Yes, that was my terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. Forgive me, I'm sorry. I'm going to be doing a ranking of all of Arnold's movies, all of his basically big movies he's done. Tier ranking of all of Arnold's films. I've done my top 10 favorites a long time ago. Now I'm just going to throw them all in and just give you guys my opinions on all his films. Well, all his films for the most part. There may be a few here missing, but all his important ones. I didn't count the Expendables because he's barely in them, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is amazing. I love him. He's fantastic. He's super funny. He's a fucking action movie star, and I love to just talk about Arnold. Anything I can do to talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll do it. I'll do it. So let's get to it. Here's my tier ranking of Arnold Schwarzenegger's movies. I'm gonna just start off the bat with. Let's just start with. Let's just go in order. Sabotage. Terrible film. Directed by David Ayer. It's not very good. It's a generic cop movie. David Ayer is really good at those. Generic cop movies. The exception of like End of Watch. Very bland, stupid. Arnold's not even Arnold in the movie. He's just this generic action guy, and like I barely remember a thing that happened. I saw this movie when it came out like what 8 or 9 years ago, and no one remembers it. It's just this generic, forgettable mess. It's D tier for me. It could be F tier, but I don't know. If it was F tier, it'd be like that, like so bad. Like it's not. It's not so bad. It's just forgettable. Last Action Hero. Great movie. John McTiernan directed this movie. It's a great satire of action films, 80s action films. I love it. This movie was ahead of its time. People didn't know how to take this movie, and it's great. Last Action Hero is really good. It's B tier. Great movie. Great movie. The way they did the satire of also like the seventh seal at the end was so good. I love it. Great movie. Great movie. Arnold's like basically poking at himself the whole movie. Oh god, Hercules in New York. His first movie is F tier. It's terrible. It's not a good movie. It's almost kind of funny because Arnold's just such a bad actor, and his accent is just oh my god. It is an awful film, terrible film. I give him some slack. It was his first big Hollywood movie, but it's not good. End of Days. I'm pretty sure this movie are doing something different. Like it's different. Arnold battling like demons in the pits of hell and shit. It actually was like more of like a horror-esque film that Arnold did, and it was different. And Arnold's not his like crazy self in the movie, but he actually has some subtlety in the film, and there's a good score to it, and it's pretty ridiculous and doesn't make sense, but I kind of enjoy aspects of it. I give it a C tier. He did something different. I give him that. Eraser. Eraser's not very good. It's like a good like government conspiracy kind of movie, but it's not like an Enemy of the State or anything. It's so generic and forgettable, and just Arnold has his moments in the movie, kind of like crazy moments. He's almost like Nick Cage. Guy have his like Arnoldisms in the film, not as much. So I don't have to make it like fun. Just I don't know. I put it on top of like D tier Eraser. Not a big Eraser fan. Hold on a second. I'm just checking here. Yeah, okay. Sorry. Red Heat. Him and Jim Belushi. D tier. No, I'm not a fan of this film. Tries to be funny. Doesn't work for me. I don't know. It's not the Arnold kind of thing I like. Not for me. No, not for me. It's better than Sabotage, so yeah. So here we go. Red Sonja. Wow. This is C tier. It's very ridiculous, super over the top. It's extremely dated, but in kind of good ways. It's got some weirdness. I love the costumes. It's kind of like so ridiculous. It's kind of funny. I don't know. I have a soft spot for it. I know. Let's get to his comedy. It's like let's get to it. Junior is awful. Even this is better. Junior's shit. It's a terrible film. I don't like it. Arnold getting pregnant is a wonderful experience. It's so stupid. It's got Arnold, Danny DeVito, Emma Thompson, and none of them can make this idea work. It's meant to be stupid, but I hated it. I never found it funny. It's so uncomfortable in a lot of moments. I never liked Junior as a film. Batman and Robin it's an F tier film. It's funny, yes, it's so funny. It's a very funny film, and Arnold is milking it. And I quote the movie all the time, but it is one of the worst superhero films ever made, ever. The costumes, the direction, the writing, it is awful in every way, shape, or form. So it has to be an F tier. I'd rather watch the Junior though. I'll put it on top of F tier. Why not? Let's go Kindergarten Cop. Girls have penises. No, boys have penises. Girls have vaginas. Thanks for the tip. Who's your daddy and what does he do? I love Kindergarten Cop. That's B tier right there. Like, Kindergarten Cop's a funny movie, super enjoyable. Grew up with it, always loved it. It's just a blast. It's so good. Jingle All the Way goes up there too. I love Jingle All the Way. Jingle All the Way is a bad movie. It's a pretty bad movie. I love it though. I watch it every Christmas. It brings me so much joy. Like, Batman and Robin is funny too, but it doesn't bring me joy like Jingle All the Way does. I'm not a pervert. I just want a Turbo Man doll. It's so funny. I love Jingle All the Way. It's stupid, but I love it. I love it so much. It's so great. It's so good. So good, guys. Twins. Twins is his funniest movie, I think. I think it's his funniest film. So I'm gonna put it beside all of them. Twins is funny as hell. It's a funny movie. Him and Danny DeVito are great. They're such a good duo, and the scene where he teaches him to dance is so funny. Twins is another film. Me and my sister are twins, so we loved watching this film, and it's great. It's so good. I'm gonna go with True Lies now. True Lies. This is the first of the A tier. True Lies. James Cameron. So good. Great fucking film. Great action. Great comedy. Arnold and Jamie Lee Curtis kill it in this movie. Tom Arnold is so funny. You even got Charlton Heston in the film. Great action. It's so good. It's so... Bill Paxton, I think, steals the movie. He is so funny in this film. I love it. James Cameron doesn't make a lot of bad films. And True Lies is just so good. It's so good. Alright, let's get into the Conan films. Conan the Barbarian's A tier for me. And it's going right at the top of A tier right there. We're next to True Lies. Everyone knows I love Conan the Barbarian. I have a poster of Conan the Barbarian over there. I love it. It's so over the top. Great action. You'll never see a movie where Arnold just punches a horse in the face. The music is kick-ass. The costumes rock. Like, this movie's just badass. I fucking love it. Completely intentional. I love it. I love it. Conan the Destroyer is a little ridiculous. I'll put it right next to Red Sonja. Not as good. Still good action, good music. Arnold's still hamming it up, but it's not as good as that original Conan the Barbarian. Sixth Day. Ugh. Generic. I'll go D tier. I get Sabotage. It's more generic, but Sixth Day. Ugh, it's cloning Arnold. Like, this movie again could have been so funny, so enjoyable, a little bit over the top, but forgettable sci-fi film about cloning. Collateral Damage is another one. It's like more serious Arnold, and it's just forgettable. Like, okay, I put in D tier too. Like, I just don't. I think it's better than all of these, though. Hold on a sec. Let's put it there. Yeah, here we go. That's a little better. Arnold's decent. I don't know. It's just so forgettable to me. Like, I don't remember it very much. Oh God, Escape Plan. Same thing. Escape Plan. Him and Stallone escaping from prison. Fun moments here and there. It's just this generic. I know they did like some straight to DVD Escape Plan movies, but they're not good. Now we're into the fun ones. Maggie. I'm going to talk about Maggie. Maggie is B tier. Maggie is so underrated. It's a great movie. It's a Canadian film too. about a man and his daughter during the zombie apocalypse, just becoming a zombie, and he's basically, the whole movie's about letting go of her and everything. It's actually such an atmospheric and deep and subtle movie. Arnold is really good in the film, same with Erlo Breslin, and just, I was so shocked of how good the movie was, and just, yeah, Arnold can actually be a good actor, and this movie shows it, actually. I'm gonna do the Terminator movies last. Running Man. Running Man's great. Running Man's B as well. Running Man's fantastic. Fun sci-fi film. You got the host, Family Feud in the movie. It's great. It's a blast. And then we got Commando. Commandos, that's like right there with Last Action Hero. Commando is one of the most ridiculous action films ever made in the best way possible. It's just, let off some steam, Bennett. Fuck you, asshole. I love it. It's great. It's Commando. Biggest guilty pleasure in the entire world. Same with The Last Stand. I really like The Last Stand's a B tier as well. I love The Last Stand. It's a fun movie. Welcome to Summerton. It's great. This brought back like the cheesy Arnold action films that I've always loved. Total Recall. Total Recall that's top A tier right there. Total Recall is a fantastic movie. Paul Verhoeven did an amazing job directing Total Recall. It's fantastic. You got Sharon Stone as a knockout in the film. You got Michael Ironside in the film. It's a great movie with the great Arnold lines. Consider that a divorce. Just fantastic. And you got a 3-boobed alien. Nothing amazing than that. Nothing more amazing than that. Then we got Predator. That's right there. First S tier film, Predator. It's one of the best action films ever made. Arnold as Dutch is amazing. You got Bill Duke, Carl Weathers, Shane Black. Just amazing film. John McTiernan is one of the best action directors ever for a good reason. Alright, you gotta talk about, now we got the last leads of the Terminator films he said. Terminator 1 and 2 are both S tier right there. So, like, yeah, there we go. Terminator 1 and 2 are both S tier films. They're both amazing, spectacular. Arnold was made to play the T-800, or T-101. He's amazing. It's robotic for good reason. He's badass in the films. Both films are amazing. It just shows you that they're only really good because of James Cameron. Terminator 3. Terminator 3 is like C tier. It's not that bad. It's got a good ending. Arnold tries, took to the hands. There's some decent moments here and there. The ending I like the most. I think the ending's very good. Salvation is the only Terminator movie, other than the first two, that actually tries something unique and different. Terminator 3 is just the same shit. But it's not as worse as Genesis shit. Terminator Genesis is the worst Arnold. Yeah, I'm going to put it at the very bottom. It's the worst Arnold film he's ever been in. It's just god-awful. It destroys the first two Terminator films. It tries to erase everything and do its own thing. And it's just god-awful. I fucking hate everything about Genesis shit. Fuck that movie. And Dark Fate, I'm not a Dark Fate fan. It's D tier. I know a lot of people like Dark Fate. I'm not a fan of Dark Fate. Just don't like it. I've talked a lot about Dark Fate. It's just, no. Especially what they did with John Connor. Not a fan. So there we go. There's my tier ranking of Arnold. I was expecting a lot more A's, actually, but nah, yeah. Like, these are his best. Terminator 1, 2, and Predator, like that. That's like his definitive best. A tier, Total Recall, Conan the Barbarian, True Lies, I agree with that. B tier are all his, like, with the exception of, like, Maggie. These are his fun films. Like, these are just fun movies. These are fun, popcorn, action, or comedy Arnold films, and they're all great. C are decent films. Like, they're fun, but very flawed. D are the generic, forgettable films. And then F are the worst. It's like, yeah. So that's my tier ranking for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Love him. He's great. What do you guys think? Favorite, least favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film? In your guys' opinion. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.